If you are consistently making silly mistakes or minor errors in my class, there could be a reason why. We need to figure that out, and you need to do some investigation to see what you're doing wrong. Why are you making the silly errors? Are you bored in the class? Is the work too challenging for you? Are you rushing? A lot of times when students make silly mistakes, they are rushing through their work. They do not want to have homework, so they're rushing through, and then they're making errors that could cost them the correct answer. Writing down every step is a very, very important thing, because if you do mental math in your head, doing work in your head actually requires a lot of mental energy, so your brain is working harder and your brain can get fatigued and thus have us make these silly errors. We want our brain to do less work, and by writing down every single step, our brain is doing less work because it's putting less strain on the mental energy in our brain. So show your work, write down every single step, write down everything that you're thinking. Keeping your work organized. If you can organize your work step by step, and then you can follow your work and you could catch those silly mistakes as you're making them, or when you go back to recheck your work, it would be easier to check those or correct those silly mistakes. Use how I model my organization of my work to help you try to organize your thoughts and your steps better, okay? But keep your work organized. It helps greatly. Number 4, being mindful of what you're doing, slowing down and saying the steps in your head as you're writing it down. Slow down, go step by step, do not rush, and make sure that you actually are understanding and knowing what you're doing. Practice similar problems often. This is something that a lot of students don't actually realize helps, but practicing similar problems or even the same problems that I give you over and over and over helps build your mental endurance. A lot of times you guys do not need to practice brand new problems. You can take problems that we've already done in class, write them down on a separate sheet of paper, and try them again and again and again to help you build that mental endurance. And then lastly, recheck your work always. And if your work is organized, it's a lot easier to recheck your work and to look over everything that you've done. All right, if you do these 5 things, I guarantee that you will cut down on your silly mistakes.